Hey guys, this is Scott, expat in the Philippines. How are we all? Kumusta? Maganda kami sa inyo lahat. Well, to climb a mountain gives us hope. That's great. You can conquer everything, and to get up there is a great achievement. And the views, it's a die for. Well, basically, what I'm saying is the video I did earlier today, my live, which should be up sometime tomorrow afternoon, I think. I climbed that mountain today. Yes, I have a fear of heights, which you'll probably see in this other video that's uploading now. Will be up after, or probably before my live is finished. But take a look at it, guys, because you know if you have a fear of something, it is better to try and conquer that fear by the fear itself. Meaning, whether you have heights, a fear of heights, or a fear of spiders, which is called arachnophobia. I'm not sure whether I'll just put it down to a fear of heights, basically. Now, I climbed Mount Lion, which is over that way from our house. It takes you about a good, probably half hour to drive there. But it's not that far. Probably 10 minutes. Sorry. Probably about 10 minutes to drive there. And, when you get there, I looked at it and I thought, I'll try and do this today. So I took Snowy with me. Then we'll take CJ because he is a bit scared of going up heights or going places where he's not sure. He's insecure in that way. But that's probably my fault because I haven't installed that loss of thing in him. I really should have installed something in him. I should have made sure, look, you can push someone to the brink of he's going to get really upset and you can't help that, but you're trying to help him do that. Now, is that good? No. The best thing for him as he grows up is to push himself. That's the only way to achieve everything yourself. Okay? Whether it be climbing mountains or whether it be going bushwalking or standing, conquering the fear of heights, basically. All up, just enjoying life and taking it easy. That's the best way. So, we, me and Arlene haven't pushed him to do anything. We don't push him to do anything. We went down the river yesterday. He screamed a little bit. I'm not sure whether it was the long grass he didn't want to walk through. I can laugh, but I have a fear of heights, and what do you do? I climbed Mount Lion, but I was like meters away from the top. I would say probably about 40 feet walking distance. If it was a straight line, I'd probably walk it no problems. But because it was a gradual climb like that, everyone would say, oh, that's piss easy, I can do that. But for a person that's got fear of heights and looks down, it ain't good. Let me tell you, it ain't good. I know. My feet tremble when I got up, uh, and as I explained in the video, I got up and I looked down and not that dizzy, but just my stomach nearly reached my chin. So I was a bit, you could say it makes you upset. It makes your tummy quiver. It disorientates you a bit. It's not a good feeling. And for those that don't know, I'm telling you, I'm letting you know that that's what happens. There's a lot of people that can go through life and it's got a fear of nothing. Good on them. God, I wish I had that. I really do. I wish I had that. Wish I could go anywhere and not have a fear of it. Those people you see climbing the big rocks in America and all over the world? Do I want to do it? No. Would I do it? No. It's just one of those things. They're trying to conquer the heights. When I mean they're trying to conquer heights, I mean they are going and pushing their limits day after day, rock climbing with a single rope and these sticks into these proper foot things they use on their shoes to climb up rocks. And you sort of look at them. I think there's a well-known guy that had, sorry, I'm scratching my eyebrow. I saw a guy a while back made a movie on climbing rocks and climbing mountains. Whew. I took one look at that when I watched him, and they took an aerial shot, like a drone shot of him climbing the rock. My heart went up here to meet my chin, and my feet just went numb. I tell you, it scared the bejesus out of me, and I don't know how they do it. Honestly, I really don't. Especially mountain climbers. Well, that's what they do, I think, climb mountains. They have got definitely a very lot of passion for what they do. Good on them. Good on them. Congratulations to them. Would I do it? Yeah, not in a heartbeat. I think I would rather watch from the footing and look up. That's how I would be. I just can't understand. I suppose it's like parachuters jumping out of a good aeroplane. Would I do it? No. Because I've got a fear of heights anyway, but I just think I'll leave that to the professionals who love doing this sort of sport. But as I was saying, it is hard. It really is to do things you want to do and climb things you want to climb. I get up on slide. When I was a young kid, I used to get up on the slide. I got about 4 rails up. I couldn't get down. Dad had to come and get me down because I just could not get down. And Dad said, "Oh, you've been silly. You've been silly." Mind you, it was a pretty tall slide when I was a kid. Like I was only probably a little bit older, 4 or 5, and it's all right looking up. It was when you look down after looking up, your feet just tingle and you've got no feeling and you just feel like you're going to free fall. So, I do understand what people have scared of heights. I do know what they're feeling and I do know what they're going through because I have it too. And, whether it be close to a bridge, walking over a bridge and looking down, that dizzies me too. So I understand where a certain friend of mine is coming from. And, he's just a good bloke, a top bloke. But he's like me. He's got a fear of heights. And you can push some people too far. I don't push anybody. You want to do it? That's fine. You don't want to do it? It's okay. No stress. But I tackled today with no problems. Actually, I was probably about 40 feet from the top. I could have kept going. But you know what had me a little bit beat? Turning around and looking down and saying it didn't look steep. The road didn't look steep when I was walking up it. No, did not look steep. But when I looked down, I've gone, you know. So I got to a certain part on the hill where I felt safe. So I sat down. I couldn't stand up because if I stood up and had the video in my camera, I was frightened I was going to fall forward. Because it does this to you, It makes you feel like you're on say you're standing on jelly, a big tub of jelly. Oh, actually, there's balloon circus things, castles, kids' castles, that sort of thing. You sort of you're on there and you sort of, and if young kids get in there, you're in there and you're having fun, but when kids get in there and they're jumping up and down too, you're going, oh, I don't feel too good, A bit like when you go on a roller coaster. You go down and come up the other end, and then you go up the big high part and then come straight down. Your stomach goes up like this. which takes me back to when my father was alive and he was working for Caterpillar. We had a Christmas breakup, which, whoa, what's that? These days, to all the young kids that are coming up now, that are probably about 3 years down from my level, are going, what's a Christmas breakup? When they get to work. Well, some Christmas breakups, blokes take you out in the night in the town and you have a dinner and stuff and you're having drinks and they think it's funny to top up your drink with vodka when you're drinking water or orange juice. They put a bit of vodka in it and they think it's funny. And you come home and you fall flat on your face in front of the taxman in the lounge room. That didn't get in too well with my mum and dad, let me tell you. But, to it feels like that when you're standing on the side of a hill looking down. Oh, you can see beautiful sights and views, which you're going to see in this video. Many, many sights and beautiful views from where I was today. And we're going to do it again. Okay, it had me beat. I was 40 feet from the top, and I don't know, I probably should have just crawled the rest of the way up the top of the hill like a dog with its tail between its legs. I probably should have done that, but I didn't want to make people down below the ground look at me and say, "What the hell's he doing?" Is he okay? Should we go up and get him some help? No, I just walked up a little bit further than where I was, and I politely turned around, which I think I probably would have been about at that point, probably about 20 feet from the top, because I'd walked about further 20. So from where I was about 40 feet from the top. And when I got to the other position, I would have been about 20 feet. So I wouldn't have had far to go. But I think it was just because I turned around and looked down. It just, So you have to try and conquer things. The only one that can do that is the person themselves, mate, who has a fear of heights or spiders or anything else, that they have a fear of. A friend of mine has a fear of driving. Thank you for the likes, guys. I really do appreciate it. It's much appreciated. A friend of mine has a fear of driving. He doesn't like to drive because he's going to get killed. I said to him one day, we were in the bus, just going back about 3-4 months ago. I said to him, "Hey, what's the matter?" He said, "I want to get out." I said, "Why?" He said, "I've got a fear of being killed in a car or a bus or thing." That's a fear of claustrophobia. When you're in a small area and there's a lot of people around, or it's enclosed spaces. Same thing. As I said, the only one that can conquer fear of heights is yourself. But to climb what I did today up there at Mountain Lion, that was a good achievement for me. Did it have me beat? No. Am I going to do it again? Yes. Am I going to find a different way to go around there? Maybe. But when I look at it, most of that hill up there, the track is like that all the way up. There's no way out of it. So the only way up that hill is going up a steep descent like that. So I have to get used to it. So next time, my advice to myself would be, when I go up there, don't look down, look straight up, or look down at the ground in front of you and just walk up slowly Don't walk up too fast, because if you walk up too fast and you turn around, well, it spins you out. But, it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. If you're going to try and conquer a fear of heights, at least try and give yourself that drive push. But if you know that you can't do it, no one's, saying, mate, seriously, you need to do this, man. You've got to get up there. No one's saying that. You can turn around and say that I've got little voices in my head telling me, no, you can't do that. Well, that's not true either. A fear of heights is a fear of heights. There's nothing there, okay? It's just what is built up in your body that makes you upset within yourself, that when you get to a high position, it just throws your whole body around. It throws your thought processes around. It throws everything around. And the only way to conquer that is by walking up hills. But or climbing up like this mountain up here, climbing up a steep grade like that. Yeah. But after being up there and looking across to the whole of Sunbury, it was just breathtaking. It really was. Did I stand up with the camera? My phone? This phone? No, I sat down on my backside because I knew if I got up, I would be leaning forward like that, and my stomach would be turning. And that's what makes it hard, guys. There's never an easy way to do things. Never. If someone says, "Oh, this is easy," that's easy. That's all right. No worries. I used to do things. Trust me. I used to do things the hard way. I always did things the hard way because that's the way I achieve my thing, my things in life. Sorry, guys, I'm slipping down a bit there. I always find it easy to achieve things the hard way. I've always done it the hard way. It's just been me. That today was, for me, probably relatively hard, but I wanted to do it. I wanted to conquer my fear of heights. And did I conquer my fear of heights? I don't know. I probably did in a way, but you enjoy doing what you have to achieve. And once you do that, sorry, there's a little messenger thing across me thing there. It is better to try and conquer your fear. But I'm not saying everyone has to do it. I'm not saying everybody has to do it. It's within yourself. If you can't do it, hey, I understand. I know where you're coming from. And I'm there for you. Because I too have a fear of heights. I can't even get a click. Like, we got 12 apostles. And it's got beautiful views of the city skyline, the ocean, sorry. The 12 Apostles has got beautiful ocean views. Today where I was, you could see the city. It was clear as. You could see the Unions, you could see just a little bit further than that. But it was nice. It was beautiful. And it was exhilarating. And that's what's good in life. I basically also had to get out of the house because you can be too cramped up, you know. You also need to get that bit of fresh air in. You know, I took Snow out there. It's easy for Snow. She's got 4 bloody legs. You know, she's got four legs and she can walk, run up that hill. I wish I had 4 legs. God, I only got 2 arms and 2 legs. But I didn't want to crawl up there like a dog. No, I wasn't going to do that. Next time I go up there, I'll probably go up along the other area, the ridge, and walk along the ridge there and look, because it was lovely. It was beautiful. The views are just breathtaking, and whether you be looking at Mount Macedon in the far foreground of while I was up there, or things are meant to be looked at, things are meant to be conquered. You have a great insight to what you see when you're up high, when you're looking down at this beautiful view. Was there an easy way to get up there? I don't know. I'll have to have a look when I go back again. That walk where I walked today, not just up the hill, but where I walked around. I think there could have been another way up there, but I'm not sure. Would it have been easy? I don't know. Would there have been snakes along the rocks there? Possibility. Did I want to risk getting Snowy bitten? No, I didn't. But in life, there are so many phobias. Being in confined spaces, fear of snakes, fear of spiders. When we went to Bohol, I've seen snakes before, only behind glass. And we went to the Bohol Reptile Park. Yep, Bohol Reptile Park. And the beautiful animals that were there is good. It's not far up the road. I think it's about an hour from Blood Oath there in Bohol. Just outside Tugboleran. And there was this big python. He was curled up. And I said to the guy, I said, is he alive or he's dead? As he was not moving, he was just sound asleep. And the guy goes, he insured me. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe he wants a bit more meal. He was a big python. I've never seen anything like that before. I've seen pythons, Queensland python and all that. This one shitted all over it. Excuse the French. This python. I tell you, when I get a chance, I'll have a look at my behaul photos and see if I can dig them out. Because I would like to find them and put them all together. Well, I think they're in a folder, but I'd like to find them and put them all together in a video and put them on YouTube. This snake, like the yellow and white one in Bohol, it was massive. It was huge. You know, I have never seen anything along. I reckon stretched out, it probably would have been from the wall here to the wall there. Maybe not so big, or maybe the wall there to the table, but it was big and it was like that wide. But he was asleep, and the guy at the park assured me that yes, he had been fed, 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 fed. About 6 times he told me he's been fed. I said, well, he looks a bit more hungry. Quite laughed. And he goes, no, I can assure you, sir, he won't eat any more. I said, why? And he said, because he had like a big caribou leg and he's digesting it. So he said, I don't think he want to eat you. I love Filipinos, especially my wife. You're great people, you're a great nation, and beautiful, so natural, so gentle, and this guy was just a character, but he assured me and that, and he just, no, you can touch, you can pat. I patted him out, and there's a photo of me and Arlene with him, with the snake. He was big, curled up, let me tell you. Whew, that's one big mother snake, I tell you. I tell you what, you'd want him for if criminals jumped your fence and they didn't know he was there. Goodbye, criminal. I have heard, I know there's anacondas. I know anacondas in America, but I knew Philippines had pythons. I knew they had snakes because there's so many islands, 1,700 islands. Some of them are uninhabited, so there's got to be wildlife there, whether it be snakes or, you know, other native animal life there. But sorry about that. I just had to move it down a little bit because all you were seeing was my head. There's, you know, got to be other wildlife, especially like a Cayman crocodile or the Australian crocodile. They had one crocodile in the Philippines that was twice as big as one we've got here and wide. But, you know, it's one of those things you just, some people have even got fear of them, crocs, and alligators. Some got fear of animals altogether. So, you know, you just, the only way to get over that fear is to be amongst it. And you will automatically try and forget what the fear is. And like touching that snake, that python, that was massive. My heart was beating. I said, Darlene, come on, let's go before he decides to wake up and have some dinner. I don't want to be his lunch. But they actually, what happens, he said, the guy at the park turned around and said to me, he goes, what happens is they bite the food. He said, we have a look and see where he is, because he moved in the area that they got. And he said, we try and make sure that he's not where we can't see him. So we can drop the food in at the door, because we know that if he comes near the door, he can get it out. He can get it. But if we go in there with him and throw the food in there, you don't know where he is. And most of the cages in the Philippines that I've seen are just a concrete base, coloured green, and probably like a pond, a water pond. And some of them either lay over the back end of the pond where the heat gets to them. So, yeah, that fear of just being with him in that was exhilarating. I sort of stopped having the fear and I just patted him and enjoyed being with him. But I also wanted to get out as quick as I could after we'd done what we had. We had our photos and out we went. And, it was beautiful colour, brown, black and tan colour in him. And he was a big bugger though, or she was, one of the two. But, I love Bohol. It's a beautiful island. They got Banacon there, cobra, which you've got to be very careful of, because the Philippines' most deadliest snake in the world, compared to the cobra in I think it's Saudi Arabia. Africa got cobra as well. India has got the cobra. So, there's two countries there that quite so many countries got the cobra, whether it be dark brown, black. So the Banacon's black. He's very hard to see, especially at night time. And yes, they are probably a little bit more dangerous than our Australian tiger snake and brown snake. So, I've seen tigers and I've seen browns, but in a glass cabinet. So, from a safe distance. But even some people got fears of snakes. Some people got fear of rats. God, I saw a Philippine rat when I was in the Philippines. I shit myself, because they're a little bit bigger than the rats here. I haven't seen a rat here for a while. But everything's got to eat, and everything's got a place in the world and a reason why it's here. Snakes kill mice. I think the only thing that would kill a cobra or a tiger snake would be a eagle. And I saw two of them the day we were down by the river there when I did that video on when was it? Sunday, I think it was. I saw two falcons. We've got wedge-tail eagle here. We've got a falcon. We've got a peregrine, what they call a peregrine falcon, and they chase after um, rabbits. The eagle, wedge-tailed eagle, will pick up a snake and it will drop it from a good height. So that way, when it's dead, it'll come down and it'll think that they have a knack of killing a snake. A big knack of killing a snake, especially tiger and brown. They'll take it up in the sky, probably close to so many, probably higher than a house roof, probably like a, I'll take it so high, and then they'll drop it. And they know where they drop it because they follow it down. And then when they get to the bottom, they just jump on it. They got a knack of jumping one on the head and one on the thing, and they eat the middle of it. Because the falcon will, or the wedge-tailed eagle will put its claws on the head of a snake first, because it knows. Oh, they know the head's the first part, they get the tail's the second. But they try and land on it all together. And then they just bite in it with their sharp beak. Bloody smart animals. Bloody smart. Corn chips. Only limit myself a certain amount. But yeah. You have to have the want to conquer, like I did today. I wanted to do what I had to do. And I want to do it again, because I want to get right up the top. So I can get in the middle of the place and then do the video from up there. Because I want to see what is on that side of the mountain. I know what's on this side, but I want to see that side. Around. So I'm not gonna push myself. It'll be just one day at a time, as the song goes. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. Well, I'll tackle that hill again, and this time I will push myself. Once I get to, I'll sit for a rest, then I'll push myself to get up to the top. Once I get up to the top, I'll be happy, and I'll be happy with myself. And that's all that counts in this life. It's because you're doing it for you. You're doing it for you. And you achieve a lot more when you do it for you. But don't be ashamed that if you can't do it, you can't do it. Because I know where you're coming from, and I'm with you, and I'm alongside you. I'll walk beside you, always. No dramas. I will walk always beside you, because I know that your fear is what I fear. And if I had someone today push me probably a little bit more, I probably would have made it up the top there today. But because I was by myself, I only had myself to push up, getting up to the top of that mountain. But when you see the video, this one that's going up now, you'll understand what I'm talking about when you see the views from up there. And like, even though that was only probably about 20 meters from the top, still good, video, guys. Still good views. Just couldn't get around to the other side to do um, that part. But I reckon if I had got up there again, I could have walked around the top. I could have gone around, like around the edge, and walked up to the top part. Thank you for the likes, guys. I really do appreciate it. It is gratefully acknowledged and gratefully appreciated, guys. I really do. I love all my supporters. Thank you. But life can throw some curveballs at you. There's a lot of people out there that got lose their limbs and lose their arms. So in itself, there, whether it be from any sort of circumstance or whatever happened, and you see the Disability Olympics, and you see how they overcome all odds to get where they want to go and push themselves to the limit. But I know for a fact that I know if someone's scared of heights, I'm right there with you, and I truly understand what you're going through, and I will always be there beside you, whether I'm there or not. I'll be there like a little angel looking over your shoulder and making sure that you are a good boy. Mind you, I'll probably have a Sam McGowl with me too to hand it to you. But, life is full of treasures that you can grab and enjoy and have fun. And it's always big shout out to Shooting Star Joe and Jeannie. Big shout out to Jay's journey and Luann journey. Big shout out to also Joe and Jesse down in Georgia and Sean Williams. Big shout out to you guys. Big shout out to Nico's Experience. Malou Martin, Ed Lippert. Big shout out to Philo in the Philippines and Milai and family. The Morgan family. Big shout out to you guys. I am thinking of you, and I understand totally. Big shout out to Philly in the Philippines. Look and Hannah Grace. Big shout out to Adrian Gibson. Big shout out to Tim Desiak. Big shout out to the Hapsters. Check out the Rileys. Also, big shout out to Rona. Big shout out to all my dear subscribers out there. High Up Point Project, My Philippines, My Paradise. Big shout out to Simple Humble Laugh. Hope you guys are having a good night, having a good evening. Big shout out to Tropical Tim in the Philippines, and also big shout out to Auntie Ray, Wish for Wanda, there in Texas. I hope everything's great, and I hope you're having fun. Miss you, like our dear Tropical Tim is missing you. We miss you so much. Wish for wonder. Love you heaps. Have fun and enjoy. And congratulations to your daughter, Sabrina, and her new husband. Big shout out to Ruthie and Arthur's adventures. Big shout out to Tom and Ruth's Philippine adventures. Big shout out to an Aussie farming in the Philippines, William and Chick. I'm going to catch up with your 2 videos that you put out this before, William. Haven't forgotten. We'll get there after I finish my live stream. I will watch those 2 videos and our love to the little pigs, to Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig, and to Chick, and to the little piglets. And I'm sorry to hear that the baby pig passed away this morning. Or was it yesterday? Well, this morning. Our hearts and our sympathies from me and Arlene and CJ. It's not good when you lose your family. Because you looked after him, and sometimes these things happen. It's part of life. Unfortunately, we've got to get over it. But if we can prevent it, that's good. That's good. And the real good thing about William and Chick, an Aussie farmer in the Philippines, their farm is for real, guys. It is lovely. I wish when we get back home, we're going to go and catch up with you, William and Chick. It'll be awesome to meet you guys and catch up with you when we get over there and have a look at the farm, and might enjoy tasting a little bit of that bacon if I could. And I think Arlene and CJ will enjoy being there on the farm. So we're looking forward to coming over to see you guys when all this goes away. We're also going to try and catch up with Rufy and Arthur. Big shout out to Terence and Beth, a foreigner in the Philippines, our 2 dearest friends. Love you guys. Can't wait to get over there and see you guys and the Superman team, and be awesome. We're just waiting to see what's going on here. We've had a couple more deaths today and a couple more caseloads go up a little bit more than what Chairman Dan is not happy. He wants to try and get it below nothing if he can. So he's achieved his goal. But at the moment, we still remain in lockdown and still have the restrictions in stage 4. So till everything comes down to a normal level, which I hope it does, for his sake. But I hope for our sake too, not just for him. I hope for our sake that everybody here starts behaving a little bit better and our caseloads go down and our death toll goes down, which would be very much appreciated. Cobra is on the Sylvester Stallone is on the TV. Oh, that's why I got the volume down, but I'm sort of looking across. And, big shout out to Lee and Carr too. He's a lovely Vietnamese guy who builds these little ponds and rock pools and that. Just awesome bloke. And I've got to catch up with a few of his videos too. I haven't seen him for a while. But they are excellent. So big shout out to Lee and Carr. Mum She Babies, big shout out to as well. Big shout out to Kathy O'Palawan. Big shout out to Mars Bankard, Sir J. Big shout out to Kevin Nash's Kitchen. Big shout out to Rena Hall and Mike Roberts. Big shout out to Lagaya and Verdes. Hope you guys are all having a good evening. So, you've always got to climb that hill and have fun doing what you want to do and what you like to achieve. And that's the most exciting part in life. But to conquer fear is hard. It is hard. I understand. And I know where I'm coming from because I have it too. And, when you're standing on a steep hill overlooking beautiful views, sometimes that is so breathtaking it takes your heart away. Just looking and enjoying. Mind you, when I got up to where I was nowhere buggered. So absolutely nearly rat shit, to be honest. My breathing, because I was up high, the altitude. But as I said, if I had rested a bit more, I would have gone further. I didn't push myself. But I knew that I had to get back down the side of the hill, because what was coming wasn't good. It was grey skies, and you don't know whether there's lightning or thunder in those skies, so you have to hightail it down as quick as you could, So I got down as quick as I could, and I looked back and I could see the cloud was starting to come over really quick. But I get a chance, I'm going to get back up there again because I want to see the views from the other side of the hill. And when you're up there, it's like looking all over God's country. It's just so beautiful, so lovely, so peaceful, so quiet. And the scenery is just to die for. But as I said, I'm with you. I know where you're coming from. And I'll walk beside you, as I said, like an angel, looking over your shoulder. I ain't going to push you. It's up to you. It's up to the person that's got the fear, because I've got it too. And I just want to share that, guys. I know what a fear of heights is, and it is so hard, so very hard in life to try and cope with. When I was a kid, we went down to for school. We went to the 12 Apostles. Now there's a cliff area. They had stairs all the way down to the beach. Our school said, well, you can either come down or you can stay up here. So I thought, well, I'm not staying up there by myself, and I really don't want to go down there because the stairs were like that far apart from your feet. Or when I mean that far, I mean the stairs, that's how wide the stairs were. And it had a chain all the way down to the bottom. And they built that chain staircase for the sailors, the shipwrecks, to get down to the bottom of the beach to pick up survivors and walk them back up the top of the hill, up the stairs. Now it is a sheer drop straight down. And boy, did it give me my heart went straight up to here when I was a kid. But to conquer it, I had to get down there. And I did. Did I enjoy it? No, I didn't. But when I got down the bottom, I did. It was nice to walk along the beach. I don't know. I'm not sure whether it's there anymore. I think the chain staircase is there, but I don't think it's in use. I think it's been put out of use because it's been there for so long. And they had steel poles inserted into the side of the cliffs with like a looking arrow with points like that. So, and they just stuck into the side of the cliff, so you could walk down and hold onto the chain with no problem. But would it be like that now, this day and age? I don't know. I think they shut that off for the public because it was unsafe, deemed unsafe. So it was one of those things when I was a kid with school. Did I enjoy it? Yes, I enjoyed going down there and looking at the views of the ocean. They've actually redone all the platforms and stuff like that. And it's beautiful up there. It's lovely. And it is just magnificent to see the ocean and to walk along, especially along the beach at Aries Inlet. And down near Port Campbell. And we went to Warrnambool when we were with Mum and Dad when we were kids. And just see the sand dunes and that. It's tremendous, guys. It really is. It's lovely. Australia's a beautiful country. And when you get a chance, once all this is over, come have a look. Come see my country. Because I'm going back to the Philippines. I've seen this country. I enjoy this country. I like this country. It's a beautiful country, full of eucalyptus, wombats, crocs up in the north of Darwin, and that's a beautiful place too. I wish I had a bit more time to go up and see there. Perth's lovely. I'd love to get back over to Perth again too, Western Australia. Would I go to Adelaide? Nah, doesn't doesn't enthrall me. Would I go to New South Wales? Doesn't really enthrall me. I've been up there before. Lovely country, don't get me wrong. There's plenty to see up there and plenty to do, but it's not my cup of tea. Queensland, that's not bad. It's lovely up there. But if we were to, well, Arlene's, like we used to have next door neighbours, and we called them uncle and auntie. Auntie Shirley passed away a few years ago. Uncle Ian's still alive. But they used to live across the road from us in Osceola. And you might have heard me say or mention something about that, them too. Uncle Dennis and Auntie Jenny used to live on the other side where the two-story house is. Well, yeah, Arlene's Auntie Lucy and Uncle Dave. That's her old friend back in the Philippines. She has a house in the Philippines. Well, her daughter, I think Rebecca, has it now, but she goes back there every now and then. And with Uncle Dave, they go back. But Uncle Dave's, oh, like we all are, getting on in our years, but loving him always. If anything happened to Mum here, I think that's where we would head. I know my brother likes Queensland. That's fine, he can go up there. I love the dry heat. I love Perth. I love Western Australia. And if we could afford it, that's where we'll head. I think you can buy a house on pretty reasonable over there for what you want for your money in Perth. And I'll have to see Adrian Gibson about that too. And my two friends, Steve and Jen, Arlene's actually mum bumped into, it was mum actually, and Arlene that bumped into Jen and Steve at Audi when Queenie was only a little girl. And they've been good friends of ours. His father lives in a country from us here in Victoria. And Mum and Arlene bumped into them at Audi, so they've been good friends. We've been good friends. He's very computer orientated. He knows all about computers, all about doing other things, fixing stuff and selling it. So, he's a top bloke, and at the moment he's redesigning houses and that. So it's great for them, and I'm happy that they're doing all that. And well done, mate, to Steve and Jenny. His channel, the Aussie and the Filipino. Go and have a look, because he's got some interesting stuff there. And at the moment, they can go everywhere in WA more than what we can. I can't even get 5K out of this area unless it was a doctor's certificate. But hopefully the numbers will come down. Hopefully everything will be back to normal. hopefully, yeah, like everyone says, what's the new normal? Who cares about the new normal? It's just going to be the same, guys. It's going to be different, a little bit different than what we're used to. You'll probably have a couple of old blood stuff up your nose, but I think they will, if you're going away on holidays, I think they will want or require you to do a medical test for COVID-19 before you go. You probably still will have to isolate for 2 or 3 weeks when you get there. When you come back, you probably have to isolate for 2 or 3 weeks too. So, it's one of those things at the moment. It's the way the world's going. Now, if Chairman Dan gets it down to 0-0, good on him. But we've always, as you've seen in France, they got 14,000 cases a day. America had 2,500 people die. I don't know what their caseloads were, but they were very high. For us to go back home to the Philippines, it will be a blessing. Yes, I will do that. I always said that no one's going to stuff a cotton bud up my nose, but if I've got to go and want to go to the Philippines, I'll have to do it. I've got no choice. It's one of those things, guys. You've got no choice. So you have to do it. Mind you, I will have to update my passport as well, which is pretty well much on the cards anyway. So, and Arlene will probably have to do hers, and CJ will probably have to do his. So hopefully by next year, sometime, March next year, hopefully, we'll be able to fly back home to the Philippines. And I'll be looking forward to it. I can tell you that much. Missing home already. Well, my adopted home, stand corrected. I love it there. It's beautiful. I love the heat. I'm hating this cold. Let me tell you, it's cold. Hate this cold. It's bad. But, we'll get back there, guys. It's just, you should have faith all the time. Anyway, guys, on that note, I'm going to say good night. Thank you for watching. It's got expat in the Philippines, me, Arlene and Dayleen's, and baby CJ. Acknowledge all your support. We really do. We care about our supporters and our subscribers. We love you dearly, and we thank you very much for making our channel the way it is now. It's gratefully appreciated, guys. All your comments, I do try and get to everyone. I'm trying to get to every comment, and when I do, it's all good. So, we love you all. Mahal kita. Take care, enjoy, and remember, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Keep sanitized, keep mask, keep 5.6, whatever it is, social distance. Look after yourself, look after your mum, your dad, look after your family. Most important of all, look after yourself, because because that's what counts. And look after your wife, because that's the most important thing in your life, your family. Enjoy, guys. Take care. This has been Scott Expat in the Philippines. Bye for now.